Hello, my brothers. I've been having some thoughts on gay liberation through a spiritual lens. Why gay liberation has happened, is happening, and to talk about it through that lens, because mostly we've seen gay liberation talked about as a political movement. And though that is one aspect of it, what we're missing for those of us who are trying to understand our place here in earth, for those of us homos who know that we have spiritual gifts that are included within that homoness, understanding and seeing things through a spiritual lens is both deeply healing and gives us purpose. It gives us focus and direction. So this is where I'm coming at this topic from today. We're seeing this rapid acceleration of collective consciousness, and we, homos, have been and are the bridges to that consciousness. So in order for us to come out of the shadows collectively, because of course, let's look at the 50s, even the 60s, we were pushed into the shadows. We were pushed into living lives that weren't authentic. And society in general, culture in general, for most of us, did not understand us or hold a place of value or reverence for us. And so we did not do that for ourselves. In order for us to be the guides that we are, we had to come out of the shadows. There had to be a collective movement towards a liberation of us, so that we could be a part of society, so that we could be ourselves, so that we can live our lives, so that we can heal. Because in our healing and our expression of self, right, we are meant to stand out. We are meant to be bright. We are meant to be seen. In order for us to be able to be seen, coming out of the shadows and stepping into the light, we had to have that liberation. We had to and have to have this equality that has been mostly political. Who and what we are can't be minimized to political talking points. Who and what we are is an example. We are here to be an example of harmony, of unity as one. We come in with this big energy that isn't being understood by others. So we are minimized, we're hurt, we were made small. And it is our process of reclaiming our right to exist, reclaiming our own personal power, coming back to a place of shedding the shame and really living in our truest self, the true self that we were just born into this earth with. The act of going through that process is what we're here for, because we are here for people to see the process of someone who dislikes themselves is an outcast, because everyone can relate to that on some level. Ours is just a very big example, a very bold example of that so many people can see. So the act of feeling like an outsider, feeling different, having to find the strength within, find who and what we are within, to claim that, own that, and then walk through the world with that. That is why we are here. Simply by going through that process, collectively as homos, queers, we are doing a huge service to people, whether they know it or not, whether we know it or not, whether it's explicit or not. We are examples. And so now in this moment where collective consciousness is rising, where we're at this crescendo of people going, WTF, help me out. I don't understand what's happening. I feel like I'm falling apart inside. Those of us who have already been walking through that experience, or have walked through that experience of being confused, being lost, and finding our way back, and feeling that connection and unity within ourselves and with whatever we call source, we have the chance. We are here and readied to help people. So gay liberation is spiritual liberation. This is a time for us to step out of the shadows as individuals. This is a time for us to say, okay, my shadow work, my deepest healing now means stepping into my light. You have within you the ability to change what we're going through right now. You have light within you that is meant to be pushing up against the darkness that we're seeing, shining the light. You have gone through what you've gone through in the dark so that you can bring this light forward. So I want to again suggest, call, remind you to come out of hiding, to start expressing yourself. Even if that means you stay at your 9-to-5 job, but you start dressing in a way that you find more power within, where on the side, you're doing the things that you like. You're letting yourself dance. You are giving yourself the joy of the things that you really like doing. You give yourself the opportunity to be self-expressive, to be seen as weird, as cringe. You did not go through everything that you've gone through to stay small and pretend that you're like everybody else. You're obviously not. And owning that is a gift to everyone. That is your gay gift to everyone. Owning your bigness, owning that you are here on purpose. And for those of you who've been resonating with being a conscious gay man, being conscious of your life and your gifts, your spirituality and healing, I want you to know that Lifted Men, which is a brotherhood, a community space of conscious gay men, it has opened. I've had so many comments from many of you in past videos saying, where are the men like me? Yes, I resonate with what you're saying, but I don't see anyone around me like this. I, for a while, have been building up to opening this community space, and it is now open. It is something that I want to build with you. So by coming into this space, you can help define what the space is. So I want this to be as available to as many of you as possible. I am open to suggestions for how to make things better, how to bring us together in ways that maybe I haven't thought of. You can join. Actually, it's a great time before this Wednesday because we are going on our first journey this Wednesday evening. And that breathwork journey is all about coming out of the shadows and into the light. So you can find all of that information on my website, rioallen.com. There's Lifted Men there, or you can just look in the description or the comments below and you'll see that information. So much love to you. I am so glad you are here. Wherever you are on your journey, trust that it is all unfolding perfectly and that you are exactly where you need to be, even when it doesn't seem like it. So much love. Talk to you soon.